Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. If you are an XRP holder, what I'm about to show you is a really beautiful moment. And I've kind of hyped this up for a little while. But looking at it now still does me a lot of good. So to make a long story short, Jed McCaleb, one of the co-founders of Ripple and the XRP ledger, he's finally done selling. Simple as that. He is finally done selling his billions of XRP. I just checked his wallet. All right, there's 48 XRP left. I have more XRP than Jed McCaleb. Yes. But no, in all seriousness, he's done selling. All right, he sold his last batch this morning, 3.9 million. At least it got unfunded again. It doesn't really matter. It's out of his wallet. It's out. As I think he only had 1 million left. This must have been his bot trying to sell again, as it's 7:02, the time he usually sells. And I believe this was the official last transaction of 1.1 million XRP that he still had left in his account. Kind of interesting to kind of think about how he must feel, right? Knowing that his infinite money glitch pot has turned, kind of dry. Then again, of course, he still has his XLM to kind of sell. So I don't think he cares too much about the situation. There is actually an article written about it, and I saw Digital Asset Investor and a couple of others in the community share a whole story about how Jed McCaleb is untouchable. Because if you guys don't remember, he is involved with Stellar, he's involved with Ripple, he's involved with Mt. Gox, and everything kind of had its own flaws or SEC troubles to a certain degree, but he never got touched, and it's interesting to kind of note why not. Then regarding the crypto market right now, you guys have most likely seen things are really, really bullish right now, and hey, Jed McCaleb is actually going trending. But one of the fun things I've noticed is this, right? Jim Cramer, I guess he was right, huh? I told you guys a while ago, if Jim Cramer says something, do the opposite. But then he said time for crypto about a week ago, and things are doing really well. Well, if you guys remember the day before, all right, over on Squawk Box, they were, crypto really does seem to be imploding. Went from 3 trillion to 1 trillion. Why should it stop at 1 trillion? There's no real value there, says Jim Cramer on crypto. What an awful asset. NFTs sold to you, made up. And I think that's kind of peculiar. So was he right or was he wrong when he that day says, no, crypto is garbage? Maybe he was joking. And then the day afterwards, he says, time for crypto. Maybe he's trying to mess with us. Maybe he's trying to manipulate the markets this way as a little sick, twisted joke. Talking about sick, crazy jokes, the SEC versus Ripple case. So as we always see, right? I'm not sure if this is every week or whenever, but Rosalind Layden has another little story written. SEC slapdown is a wake-up call to Congress. So over the last couple of hours here, I've been reading a lot of articles regarding this Congress and exactly what their thoughts are regarding crypto and whatnot. Little fun fact to the side, by the way, Ripple has spent over $100 million on fighting this SEC case, which is really crazy if you start to think about it. But let me quickly show you guys a couple of things that I have found here. So one of the things I found was this right here. A headline at Politico declares that the US can't be a financial leader without crypto. The headline was written, however, by a crypto firm. Just one thing I just want to quickly make clear. There's a couple things coming up. Then over in Australia, again, not necessarily Congress to the same degree, but still interesting, I think. Governor of Central Bank of Australia says privatizing crypto sector is better, but it gets more interesting, right? We have the RBI recommending prohibiting crypto. FM informs Parliament. And we have the Bank of France announcing a second wholesale CBDC experiment phase, which I think will include Ripple yet again, right? Or are they going for different parties? Not too sure about that, but it is very interesting to think about. There's two very important things to know. One is that over in the US right now, there's a really big battle between the major institutions and I'm going to say, I don't know if I should say Congress or just the US as an entity, I guess. It's going on in a couple different layers though. So we partially have companies like Grayscale, which are just trying to figure out exactly where things are wrong and exactly why they cannot go for an ETF. We have companies like Ripple, which did not get warned for other crazy decisions that the government has made. And we have a couple of others who are like, well, so what exactly is crypto? What are you waiting for? And you have a couple of others who are like, well, why aren't we bringing crypto to the top to make US the powerhouse for wherewithal to make money on this, most likely, or at least just to help out the people, because, well, the U.S. government, specifically the SEC's primary objective, is to be as good as possible for the people, right? And if this is what the people want, go for it. At least that's what you think. But again, that's the issue going around right now, and it's being ignited or made an even bigger deal because of the lending platforms that are going bankrupt left and right. One thing I have for you guys is, for example, Celsius here. Why are they going for bankruptcy? Well, most likely, guys, is pretty understandable. This is most likely the best way to get out of bankruptcy. Funny, you go into bankruptcy to get out of bankruptcy, but most likely to get out of a lot of the troubles which they otherwise would have faced. If they went on to continue on like they did, most likely they would not survive, period. And a lot more people would lose their money. With this Chapter 11 bankruptcy, with the way in which they went for it, I believe, there's a better idea than, or to go for it than a Chapter 7 liquidation, which spells the literal end of the company as it's forced to shut down operations and sell all of his assets. The difference here is, well, in this case here, they have some time to recoup. They have a couple of ways to just structure themselves out of this mess without angering too many people, or at least with approval from the upper ones. Chapter 7 liquidation is just, hey, we're done, we're over with, company dissolved almost. You know, we're giving people money back in whatever way we can, and that's about it. It's, to me, very interesting to see all this contrast, partially because I'm also thinking, well, in India, I believe Polygon is born from an Indian team, right? I kind of wonder why they're so against. That was really bugging me out, this little bug at the top. Most likely you guys didn't see it, but whatever. It's kind of interesting to me how India is also so against it, because from a certain perspective, I think, okay, they really want to go for CBDC, or they just want to keep money completely in their control, so I understand. But with the tech sector being so huge in India and so up and coming, from China, I'm not surprised, right? But from India, where finally they could have gotten a crazy advantage. Because if you look in a little, okay, maybe I'm too stereotyped, right? Call me a dumbass for this one. But if you look in a room, right? If I look back at my studies, if you have programmers, right? A lot of Asian in general, a lot of them are either Chinese or like India, you know, the Indian, Pakistani, Bangladesh, or whatever. I'm not sure exactly which one, but a lot of them are, right? It's just facts of what I've seen with my own eyes, you know? I'm thinking as well, China, okay, they're out of the picture. You have, of course, your Japan, your Koreas and whatnot, but let's just exclude those for a second as well, because there weren't that many from my own personal experience. But a lot of people were from India. A lot of people, or Pakistan. I'm not so sure. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Either. I met a couple of both sides. I'm thinking, man, they could have been so huge in this tech sector, but just building this out and given some potential grants, or at least helping the companies grow in that sector in the country. Could have been huge. I'm not sure if Five Ire is also from there. I believe so, though. There's a lot of Indian big crypto projects that just have to move and just kind of make everything shady purely because they're not helping out, which, in my opinion, though, could have been huge for the country in terms of economic power. But yeah. And that's also when I start thinking about it. Well, I don't understand the U.S. is not just embracing this with open arms. They have all the manpower to regulate the freaking living crap out of this if they want to. So in this same scenario now, why won't they? Why won't they try to make money off all of this? It's because they're scared for their financial system collapsing. But then I look back at a lot of these cryptos which we know and love, right? And I keep thinking, I keep saying, these cryptos will change the world regardless. Whether or not you regulate them properly, it's all a matter of time, right? It's make the quickest, best move, but with the priority on quickest. Make quick decisions. Don't stay along the sidelines for too long or it'll be too late. Companies are moving out of the US to different areas. The UAE, for example, will not change the rules negatively. They'll most likely just keep embracing it to become more of a superpower. The US, all they can do is say, you know what, we're going to wait, and then eventually accept it, or go for the complete ban, which they can't do because it would lead to too much disruptance. It would lead to many people being so angry that they either would leave or riot like crazy. So, and you can't ban this technology anyway. It is embracing it with the best of your capabilities. And so I'm thinking, well, if they're just like out of rule book saying, okay, we're going to regulate cryptos piece by piece, here's the first step. Or this is what constitutes a crypto as something legitimate, or at least, maybe that's more important, as a security renewed, you know, in a digital asset sense renewed. That's once more also why I think the Ripple v. SEC case is so important, because from that perspective on forward, they can never use this defense of, no, just the traditional Howey test, because due to the Ripple v. SEC case, we'll have some official case law to see what makes a security, at least, or what defines for a crypto to not be a security and whatnot. So yeah, that's why the whole situation is so interesting. Did I already read this? Dutch central bank fined Binance 3.3 million euros. It is very interesting to watch this. I'm very interested to see what's going to come out of this. They said Binance has a competitive advantage for not following all the rules that other companies in the Netherlands have to follow. And of course, as a Dutchie, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting to watch this. But yeah, I have another video coming out later today with a lot of other cool crypto news, I guess, because there's so much stuff that I have not covered just quite yet. But this is by far one of the most important videos to just kind of conceptualize everything that's going on in the crypto space. And that was it for right now. See you guys later in another crypto video, most likely. Make sure you press the like button, by the way, if you enjoyed it. Adios.